Okay, let's click that. Not as windy as I originally thought. Hello, Harvey. Oh, no, please no, not right now. Don't lick this camera. Not now. Not ever. Wait. Where did that table go? From an unreleased video. She's camera shy. I don't know if you guys heard me, but she's... Harvey, what is going on? She isn't usually never this hyperactive. Okay, I guess this is going at the very end of the video. Excuse me, please. I'm trying to record. Okay. Oh, and I just dropped that. Really quickly, just trying to make sure that... Oh, and that just got a whole bunch of dirt on. Well, I guess you guys got your behind the scenes. Harvey, she always does this. Okay. Just ignore them for now. Magic. Just ignore them for now if he doesn't do that ever again. They're usually never this hyperactive. But, yeah. I guess that is a bit of a weirder video. And if you guys actually started watching this video because of the title, you know, like, it's not clickbait at all. It's actually closer to around 8 cameras that I've used for YouTube entirely. This is including like 3 phones. And no, they're not like smartphones like with cellular services. Like they're like iPods or like old phones that my parents had, and they upgraded pretty much. And yeah, speaking of that, let's get into the video. So our first, I'm sorry. She's just licking the ground. Center. Okay. This thing's been centered. But pretty much, our first phone, pretty much, is this LG. You probably saw it from the very beginning. This is what actually started it off. And I actually went back there. You guys might be able to see it, but back there is where I brought my dogs out for like my second video. So yeah, the reason I got this phone was because it was my mom's old phone, but my dad had actually dropped it. So she lived with the cracks for a bit, and then she finally upgraded to my brother's old phone. So yeah, I got this one. I recorded my first couple videos off of it, and yes, you could see a lot, like some of this, like there was more glass right here when I first got it, like right here. And then these pieces just fell off because mainly just like really bad adhesive holding stuff on. If you guys don't know what adhesive is, pretty much just like tape or like glue, I guess. So yeah, the glue on this thing is not that good, especially for the glass. So I had to move on to something a little, a little newer. So that is when I actually started to upgrade to, well, this is like the actual first camera that I actually bought. Well, camera, because it's an iPod, but on that case, it's starting to pick up more. That's why I was a bit more cautious about coming outside. Hopefully you guys can still hear me a bit good, because I'm under like a little bit of a shelter. So yeah, our second camera brings us up to the first one that I actually ever bought was an iPod. Not this iPod in specifically. This is my newest iPod. This is actually the second iPod ever that I've actually owned. So yeah, my iPod, this is the 7th gen. The iPod that I'm going to be talking about is the 6th gen. There's not much of a difference other than the release dates, because the iPod 6th generation came out in 2016, and this iPod came out 2019 or last year, depending on when, you watch this video. Because you could be watching this in like 2022. So yeah, I mainly bought that one because, I didn't even buy it from the Apple store either. I just bought it off of my brother for $150, which is pretty much just a used iPod. Oh. See, that's the adhesive. It's like a little black dot on my finger. That's not that great. I think I have taken it apart for a video. If not, I probably will do that. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting phone. But as you can see, this thing was falling apart, so I had to pretty much upgrade. What the heck is going on here? But I had to pretty much upgrade, so I bought it off from my brother. And it was the best $150 I ever spent. It was a lot of my birthday money, to be completely honest. And I paid him right away. And it, like I said, it was one of the best decisions of my life. It upgraded my camera quality to about 8 megapixels, I think. This camera that you're seeing it on right now is actually double that. It's 16 megapixels. So hopefully it's a bit better. 720p, around same quality as a regular iPod. So yeah, it's a bit of behind the scenes. Other than that first part that you guys are going to see at the very end. So yeah, hopefully you guys are going to see at the very end. I hopefully edit this. If not, I'm screwed. Because my editing software's been acting up a lot. I had to format my computer. And hopefully it works now. Wait. Hopefully I can put like realizing something. But I just realized I need to install it again because I didn't keep any of my files. Great. Okay. Side note. So yeah. She's just licking the ground right now. You can just hear that like little rasping. That's her tongue hitting the concrete. She's just been doing that for a long time. Like ever since she was a puppy. I'm getting really off key right now, but it was pretty good. The iPod, best decision of my life, pretty much. Not best decision, but it was a really good decision. It upgraded the camera quality, like I said, and around then is when I actually learned how to record horizontally instead of vertically. I usually get these two terms mixed up a lot, so if I got these wrong, tell me in the comments. If I have comments enabled on this thing, that's the thing with the new COPPA thing. But yeah, that was a pretty good decision. Up until this, well, I'm getting a bit far ahead of myself because I'm mainly just talking about the phones. But now we're getting into my first camera, and this is actually a camera that I got twice. This is a camera I've gotten 2 times. One time, I'll explain right now, but the second camera survived. Yeah, first one didn't survive. Second one survived, and I gave it to my friend DannyMan1223, or Daniel. He's my next door neighbor, aka YouTube partner, I guess. So yeah, he's in my channels list, and I'll probably link it in one of these 2 corners, I guess. I don't know where I'm pointing. Hopefully that was zoomed in enough, like there, yeah. So yeah, I will be using the poles and stuff like that a lot more. So yeah, that is my first. Okay, my first camera was a Canon PowerShot. I can get those 2 mixed up a lot, but that was my first ever like actual point and shoot camera. That's what these are called. These like little tiny ones that you can just take photos on. Those are called point and shoot. DSLRs are with the giant ones. My camera right now looks like a DSLR, but it's really not. Okay, so yeah, that is the first I got a new camera video, and it should hopefully be linked in one of these 2 iCards. So yeah, you should definitely check that out. The camera quality though is absolute garbage, or not absolute garbage, but it's a hot mess, especially from now. Because right now you're being like, whoa, like, if you watch that video and come back to this video, miles better. I will say that right now, miles better. Hopefully. So yeah, it's a lot better from then. And if you listen closely, my voice was very squeaky in that one. There was very high pitch in that video. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, Okay, so then after that, I will tell you how it didn't survive right now. Pretty much after that video, I took out the SD card. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna shoot some amazing videos on this. I legitimately kid you not, like 5 to 10 seconds later, I dropped the camera. I dropped the camera on the floor. I pick it up, and it has a camera lens error. And I get super frustrated, and I'm really sad because I just got this camera out of Savers. And if you guys don't know what Savers is, like a thrift store, I guess. And it was like $5, like $5-10. And it wasn't a bad. Hopefully, you guys didn't see her tail. She's licking the ground again. Okay, this is gonna be a very long video. So yeah. I'm trying to remember where I was. Okay, yeah. I dropped it. I was really sad afterwards, and I decided, being smart aleck I am, to go screen side first against like the edge of our bed, and just like keep knocking at it, and then finally it's a smart idea to turn it around and bang in like the camera lens side. So I bang that in, and it finally like closes, and like I can turn it back on. Except earlier, if you know, I smashed in the camera screen, so the camera screen was now the problem, and now I can't use that camera. So then I threw that away, very sad. So yeah. Then I got the second camera. This is like jumping in between months, pretty much. I get the second one of that same camera. It came with its box, charger, disc, stuff like that. I only used the like charger and the camera and the batteries. Well, actually, it didn't even come with a battery. I had to supply my own batteries. And that survived for a bit, and then I stopped using it. No, don't lick the camera. She wants to lick the camera badly. I know that. Anyways, I buy that one, and I use it for a bit, and then I'm like, I need to upgrade the camera quality. So then that's when I just keep it around for a bit, up until around yesterday. I gave it to Daniel, or Danny Memo 1223. If you guys keep telling him in his comments about uploading more, he'll probably upload more. So yeah. Actually, well, he might, cause I won't tell anything that he told me a couple days ago. Well, actually, like a couple weeks ago. So I'll keep that a bit classified. So yeah. Let's see. I talked about my second one of those. So let's see. We have my second Canon camera. So we have this phone that I have in my pocket right now. That's number one. My iPod, number two. So then, no, number three and number four are the same camera. This is 4 cameras. I only bought 3 for YouTube, pretty much. Technically 2, because those 2 Canon ones were for sure for YouTube. But after I bought my iPod, my first iPod, I decided to make a YouTube channel, so yeah. Actually, not even decided, my cousin made me a channel. So yeah. So our 5th camera right now is actually, let's see. Yes, I'm like going based off of memory, and it is this iPod. Yeah. Yeah, if I turn up the brightness, it's probably, hold on. It's probably the time. Yeah. Recording pretty late in the day. I'll hopefully record like 2 videos because of our coronation. You guys probably saw her tail that time. Yeah. I bought this phone after I had spent all summer working with my dad. And actually, like, I was like like halfway through the summer is when I bought this with the money my dad gave me when I went to work with him. And it was a pretty good decision, though I regretted it not too long afterwards after I dropped it, and it didn't want to turn on anymore, and it was the day after I could return it. So Apple, I thought Apple was pretty good. So then this solidified it in my brain a little more after they gave it to me for free, like a replacement for free, knowing that it was their problem because like there were black and white lines through it, and it was, let's see, if I were Harvey, no. Pretty much, let's say around, let's say like a 2-foot drop, it breaks, so I get a replacement in the mail, the mail, and yeah, I get a new one, and then the same thing happens, but this time they don't want to do anything about it. So that's when my trust in Apple completely falls apart, and I still don't really trust them that much right now, considering the next problem I had with this iPod. Yes, I had multiple problems with this iPod. I decided to just stick it out, because eventually the screen did turn back on. Kill that chicken window. But I'm joking. YouTube, don't flag this. Okay. I'm right through Mexico. So it wasn't this loud. But yeah. This is gonna be a very long video. Then my final problem was that I dropped it around a little higher, like no, not even that. I like tripped, held onto it for a bit, dropped it, pick it up, there's green, white, black like lines in it. Like it's going through all the colors pretty much afterwards. Like it's just going through them. And I pick it up and it's cracked. And my final little trust in Apple fell apart when I noticed that the price for the screen replacement was around $130 without tax and that kind of stuff. Because Apple, if you don't know, they try and force you to buy new products if it breaks. Like if I broke this iPod, they would want me to buy a new one instead of have it repaired. So that's why they just say, oh, you could do this expensive repair or just buy a new one, which is literally like $50 apart. Some people would just go for a new one. So yeah. After that, we're on our 5. We have 3 more cameras to go. Okay. One of these is actually the camera I'm filming on right now. Hopefully I don't surpass 10 cameras. I really hope I don't. Okay, so right now we're going to the Olympus camera that I had. I'm going to be able to get into like slightly more detail, mainly because I have this camera inside. The second to last camera I don't actually have anymore. More details in another a Storytime video, but I will tell you a bit of details right now. And my last camera is the camera I'm filming on, which I will talk about at the very end. So yeah, this is the Olympus camera VG16, I think is what it is called. I remember mainly just because I had to search it for parts. Yeah, I found it at Savers, and it was my first actual camera that actually had a rechargeable battery. So yeah, that's my first camera with a rechargeable battery, and I'm super excited. So I go ask my mom, because she's pretty tired of me buying cameras at this point. So I asked her, and she's like, what's different between this one? So I show her that this one actually has a battery slot, and we don't have to buy any more batteries for it. And she's actually convinced about this one, mainly because, we don't have to buy any more batteries for it. Batteries can get expensive, since all those other cameras really did just, waste a lot of batteries. They use way too much power. And my iPods were getting very full. Like right now, I think my iPod's at like 30 out of 32 gigabytes, or more like 25, something like that. So yeah. So we buy it, and I record some pretty good videos on it. That's where more of my more recent videos have come out on. That's the camera that I use for a lot of them. Up until a day before I figured out what happened to my camera. Magic. I thought I was gonna do the thing he did earlier in the video. They get very jealous sometimes for attention. So, Magic, stop sniffing her butt. Okay, so pretty much the day before I figure out what happened to my camera, I hear a large thud coming from over here in this this family room, because we have a living room and a family room in this house that we got. So I don't really think anything of it, and I continue with my day up until the next day when I want to shoot a video. So I pick up my camera. Notice that it was like it was like slightly moved, but I think my mom all I thought was that my mom moved it slightly. They're play fighting in the background. They are play fighting in the background, just to let you know. Okay, fine. Thank God. So I want to record a video. I noticed that it slightly moved, so I think it's my mom. So I pick it up, and lo and behold, when I turn it on, I can't see anything except for white and black. That is because, well, my mom's explanation is a large wine bottle from a Christmas party, not even a Christmas party, just like a random party, fell on top of my camera and then fell down, because we had it on a desk, and it fell on the desk, which was on my camera. It fell on my camera, which was on the desk, and then it fell onto the floor, which surprisingly didn't break, which is actually surprised me, but it broke my camera. So I was really sad, and my mom said that we could probably search at Sabres again, though the only cameras at Sabres are like the cameras that people don't really want anymore. So yeah, we went onto eBay. Well, actually, I went onto eBay like the night before we went to like Lake Tahoe. If you guys don't know where Lake Tahoe is, it's in like California, Nevada. So yeah, we went down there. But before that, like the night before, I'm like just searching up, and I actually found a camera that I liked. But when we came back, I was from Lake Tahoe. I was really exhausted, so I waited a bit and looked around more until I just eventually went back to that. It was around $30 for the camera, a charger, the box with manuals and the disc, and 2 batteries. I don't know if I included the battery charger or not, but yeah. I got that camera and I used it for, I want to say maybe like 5 videos before we actually had to end up going to Mexico, where I actually bought a 64 gigabyte SD card for it, and I was super excited. And it was originally for my DS, or not my DS, my Wii, to like store stuff on it, but I just take it out and I bring it to the fair one day, where there are a whole bunch of rides and stuff like that. And once we're on our last ride, the Ferris wheel, I want to take a photo, so I reach into my pocket and realize there's nothing there. So I feel around in one, feel around in the other, feel around in both my pockets, and there's no camera. So and they were these type of ones that I have. As you can see, they have zippers on them. It's not this exact sweater that I use, but the other sweater that I did use also had zippers that went all the way to the top. So yeah, someone had to, I know for sure I didn't have it in my pockets. So I had to someone had to pull down the zipper, remove it, and then put back up the zipper to take my camera. And it's usually not that hard, especially since I had my DS in the other pocket, which I am very glad they did not get stolen. So yeah, I had my DS in the other pocket, and my brother just started seeing me crying, and I tell them why. And we were gonna check in the truck and then tell my parents, but then stuff happened, and then my parents found out. I checked in the truck thoroughly, nothing came up. So yeah, that's the end of that camera. I'll probably go into well, I think I went into like enough detail in this video. I was gonna save some details for another video for that camera specifically. If you guys still want that video, just like this video, and I'll see that you guys actually want like a video just for that, just for that camera. So yeah, now we're on this camera right now, which is the camera I'm actually recording on. So yeah, I'll tell you guys a bit about it. I actually got this camera from a place called the Purga. Let's see. It was around $10 without the battery charger. It only came with the camera and the battery, and surprisingly an SD card, which is the one I'm filming on right now. So yeah, you guys can maybe see it, but it's one of these cameras where it has like a flip up flash. I don't know if you guys can exactly see that, but yeah. I thought I was gonna have to vlog a little bit, but I guess not. But it's a really good camera, and I'm really glad I got it. So yeah, this is the Canon PowerShot. This is gonna be a long name. The Canon PowerShot SX170IS. So yeah, this is the camera I got. It pretty much, I was searching for a battery charger for a long time. Couldn't find it, so I went on eBay and I found one. And since it was close to my birthday, my sister said that she would get me that for my birthday, so she did, and that's where we are today. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.